Good evening, boils and ghouls. You're listening to a special episode of Dumb Trivia. I am one of your hosts, Vlad the Corpulent, and I am here to introduce you to the podcast, Dumb Style. Mwah-ah-ah-ah. Get out of here. What are you doing? Get. Jesus Christ, I left the window open. I think a vampire flew in again. Okay, this is the return of Christian's second podcast, but his first real podcast. It was the Podgasp. It was a mystery science theater rip-off, just straight rip-off. It wasn't an original idea. Actually, I ripped it off of another horror podcast called The Horror Show, which did the same exact thing. Started with our friend Kyle, and then my friend Kegan, and my friend Liv, and they were rotating hosts where we would take you through a horror movie, usually a not great one or just a ridiculous one. And I got these boys together, and I gave them a movie, and that movie is Hills Run Red. Listeners, my computer just suffered an intense crash, but luckily it recovered my files. So
yeah, chances are good you're probably just gonna have to start out the plot all over again.
Oh well, yeah, I was about to say. Premise of the movie is the director, a Mr. Kincannon, apparently the most horrific movie that was ever made, and it was just banned outright after showing a few screenings of it, and all the copies vanished. Our main character is this schmuck named Tyler who's obsessed with finding this movie, and he's sitting there and he's watching the trailer. It's the only thing that exists, the trailer and a few stills, and the trailer's showing Babyface, the villain, killing people, and they're their only warning was a death rattle, which is, I thought, kind of a fun little tagline, because Babyface literally has a rattle on his neck.
You missed the true slogan tagline.
Yeah? Which one was that?
If you hear his rattle, it's already too late.
Yeah.
I love it, honestly. I think that part was pretty fun, but
that made it into my notes.
Yeah. So
train.
Woo.
It's kind of funny because the Bye Bye Man was a movie that we did for the Podgasp, and it involved a train. So it turns out Tyler is obsessed with this. I guess, are they film students or something?
They never said.
Yeah, they never said.
They hit this is his seminar project. It's
annoying film students. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I wonder what that's like. But Corey. But his girlfriend comes in, and obviously you can see that there's some strain in a relationship because of his obsession with this movie. And a line I put in because I was losing it. She's like, "I'm naked under this robe." Yeah, bitch. That's how clothes work.
I was thinking the same thing, and then in my notes I also wrote titties.
Yeah, this was we'll talk about titties because this was the tiny titty town for this movie. Everyone has those 2009 titties that are super small.
But
perky. Lady, that's how clothes work. Imagine you getting on Joe's lap and being like, Joe. Well, first off, you get on Joe's lap and he goes,
oh.
So mean. That was mean.
I'm sorry, bud.
That was mean.
I'm not want to do this podcast anymore.
Corey, I'm so sorry for laughing.
I'm sorry, Corey. Do you want me to cut that out?
No, it was funny.
Would you say it wasn't funny, or it was?
It was funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, bud.
It was mean, but it was funny.
Hey, I was literally just talking about that I was getting blood blisters from walking a normal amount. So, obviously, I'm not in any condition to be making fun of you. I'm just hey, guys, you ever walk the doctor recommended 10,000 steps and your body just starts rejecting your skin?
I was also your girl's sitting in your lap, naked under her clothes.
Yeah.
And you're just no, I gotta shoot a movie.
I know.
Yeah. You couldn't stop for 20 fucking minutes.
Fucking loser.
Very ridiculous. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But film nerds, we don't know what they're like. So Tyler's obsessed with this movie. He's like, what's so different about this movie? What's so bad that they banned it? And then he has this friend named some weird name, Lua.
Lalo.
And Stitch. He did not look Hawaiian. But
I got things to say about that. What was the girlfriend's name?
Serena.
I got things to say about Lilo and Serena.
Yeah. We'll get to it. I do too.
Yeah. Before you continue, can I just say that was one of my problems. One of my problems with the movie was just the overall plot. Like, well, it's a movie about a movie that was lost. So the movie is the making of a documentary about the lost movie. Like
well,
that.
if you want to get deeper, the movie is the movie.
Well, I didn't want to give too much away, but it's like it just kind of reminded me of the whole snake eating its own tail business.
Also, the main character Tyler is played by the guy who played Stifler in American Pie.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually have another cast fact later, but so the guys are in a movie theater, and there's in the background there's a Fear.com, a movie poster, which was a so-so movie but unexpectedly brutal for a theatrical release movie. This one was not theatrical released, and they're like talking and they're broing around, and I will say props to the movie, because a few times they say they love each other, the guys, and it's not laughed about or anything. They're just like, I love you too, bro.
In this movie?
Yeah.
I missed
like
that.
2 or 3 separate times they say like I love you, or like this is why I love you, and they're just like, yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Maybe because it's so common in our everyday lives, it doesn't even fade.
Probably, yeah.
But there's another moment that also something comes up, and it was also like oddly progressive for this movie from 2009. This Boobs and Blood movie from 2009. But so Tyler's like, hey, I found the director's daughter who played the little girl in the movie. Like, I finally have a lead on this. He's like, where does she work? And it's like, I don't know, like the Wile E. Coyote or something. Remember the name?
No, I have no clue.
Generic stripper bar name.
Yeah, something like that.
So you go in this bar, and it's like a rough stripper bar. We're talking like From Dusk Till Dawn vibes, Andres.
No, Dusk Till Dawn was that bar was just gross.
Yeah, but they were like bikers. They were hard as nails.
I didn't really get. Yeah, but
I ate nails for breakfast without any milk.
I didn't get that from this bar. It just seemed it wasn't dirty, but it wasn't dirty as in like physically covered in dirt, but it was definitely more sleazy than anything else.
And it was definitely a Tuesday because they had their budget girls out on that floor.
Very mean. Alexa's pretty-ish.
I didn't do the casting.
Man, also, it was a place called, like, the Tasmanian Devil. What'd you want?
No. Sex positive.
There was a stripper club in Chambersburg, near where, like, not super near where I used to live, like, maybe, like, 45 minutes away, an hour, but near where I used to work, and it looks like it was a literal double-wide trailer, and it's the only strip club I've ever seen that advertises in big, bright letters, BYOB.
Good for them. I've never been to a strip club.
Me neither. I'm up in the air if I ever want to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you.
Yeah,
like on one hand,
I have no desire.
Like on one hand, it seems like an interesting experience. On the other hand, hey guys,
I don't want to
let's
catch
go around
anything.
and get boners with each other. Let's go sit in a room and get boners.
Yeah,
I just don't want to catch a disease.
How are you gonna catch a disease?
Yeah. Discount Tuesdays, you might.
Tyler's in there and he's asking for Alexa Kincannon. He's like, Alexa Kincannon, she's over there, and she's about to start doing her stripper dance, and the knife dance was pretty sketchy right off the bat. She pulls out like and not even just like a normal like knife. She pulls out like the edgy Hot Topic knife.
Yeah,
that's not a knife. That's a knife.
Yeah, the kind of knife that you do like a satanic ritual with.
Satanic cult scene.
Jesus Christ. Listeners, I don't know if you've ever heard this. Corey's had this dream of doing a satanic cult scene in a film for some reason. We had a good satanic cult scene short comedy horror thing written, but we just never could have figured out a way to do it. With the elevator.
We didn't have the budget.
Yeah, or the elevator.
That too.
Because we could make a fake elevator, whatever. So while this is all going on, best friend and Serena are like talking and sitting on the couch, and Serena's like, where'd he go? And best friend is like covering for him. It's like, oh, he's like on the road trying to find this girl because he doesn't want to be like, he's going to a strip club to find this stripper and eventually hang out with her for days on end. But right away, you notice Tyler and Serena are getting a little handsy, and you're like, ugh.
No, Lalo. Tyler's gone.
Oh yeah, Tyler. I'm sorry, I can't remember the dude's fucking name. Lalo.
Yeah, you're fine.
Again, dude's not Hawaiian. It just irks me. I remember like seeing his name and not writing it down because I was annoyed with it. So
okay.
while these two are talking. Tyler's currently getting a private dance from Alexa, who I found out apparently is a popular Australian pop star.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what does she do? Yep, she's a pop star in Australia.
Interesting.
So, yeah, Australian. So he's getting a lap dance where he's like, you don't have to do this. This is not why I'm here. And she's like, oh, but they're watching. And there's like a camera in the corner. And this is where I wrote down a tiny booby town.
Booby town, they stare directly at the camera.
I know, really, the couth. And while this is all going down, Lalo and Serena are fooling around. So
here's one of my notes. I'm tired of the whole girlfriend cheating on boyfriend with the best friend plot. Hate it. It's so overdone.
Was this played out in 2009? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Yes, it probably was. It's just such a generic storyline. It's like, be more original, you uncreative fucks.
Is it because you're upset about the time you caught Andres and I in compromising positions together?
Yes.
I knew it.
Fuck.
So,
hey, we told you we wanted you to skip golf, but you were like, no, I want to go swing a club and blah blah blah.
Corey wanted to play with stick and balls, and Andre's like, we'll play with dick and balls.
Yeah. We tried to work around your schedule, and you still said no.
Yeah, Corey, what the fuck, dude? This is on you.
I had a tea time.
Yeah, and we had a pee-pee time. So,
damn right we did.
Tyler the whole time is like, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. And, like, it's the daughter of a director who made one movie that never got shown anywhere. Like, why doesn't she belong there?
Yeah.
I don't know what. Yeah. He was like, you're special.
And on top of that, it was a movie that was made when she was like 12. That doesn't. That's. Mm-hmm.
It's like, you don't belong here. Like, why?
He had such savior complex.
As we're gonna find out.
Oh my god, that's my next note. Ugh.
It's so weird. So eventually Alexa's like, whatever, let's get out of here and go talk. And as they're leaving the hotel, there's somebody watching them. Or leaving for the motel, there's somebody watching them.
Dun dun.
It's Babyface.
Dun dun.
So they go into this shitty motel, and Alexa has a Hills Run Red poster in there, and he's like, oh wow, so you're Alexa Concanon. And then he's like talking to her and be like, we gotta figure this out. And she's like, you're not the first person to come for like looking for autographs or something. He's like, no, I'm special. She's like, special? And then she just shoots up, and it was like, how special do you think you are? And I quote, you better mount up before the blast wears off.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And then in my notes I wrote, heroin, ... Nice.
Yeah, well, we're not going to judge her for using drugs. We're going to judge her for that terrible line, though.
Yeah.
We can't judge her for that line. That's the writer's fault.
That's true, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess. But
he should have mounted up. I mean, he had a perfect opportunity.
I had a memory of him having sex with her, but he doesn't.
No, he just grabs her boob when she's sleeping.
You find out eventually.
Yeah.
So this is, again, all going on, and it cuts back to Serena, and she's laying there, and she's all sad because she cheated on Tyler. But I guess Tyler didn't care about her needs because he was obsessed with the movie.
Well,
like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say
100. No, that's 100%.
I think it's a mean thing to say.
That's 100% why it happened. So it's...
But yeah, I know. Instead of like talking with him,
it shouldn't have gone down like that, but I understand why it did.
Instead of just talking to him.
Yeah.
That. No.
She's going to fuck your best friend.
Yeah, fuck her. She belongs to the streets.
He did.
Belongs to the streets. So Serena is like upset. He's like, I don't know where Tyler's coming back, and like la is like, oh, he'll be back eventually. It's cool. And the reason he's gone so long is because Tyler's just like, you know what? We're getting you clean, Alexa, and just ties her ass down to the bed.
This part, I actually paused the movie, flipped off my computer screens, because it was like 3 days of like, I'm gonna get you clean, and in 3 days she's like, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I think it was longer than 3 days, but I did end up looking up how long does it take to get clean from heroin, and about 7 days is when all your physical shit stops.
Huh.
It was that was like...
Here was the weird thing for me, though. After finishing the movie and reflecting back on it, I think for me the withdrawal montage was probably like the one scene that they put the most effort into.
They did put a lot of effort into the withdrawal montage.
That was the one that was like that was the one that really just flat out showed that's like, man, they really put the work in.
It goes I think effort in this movie goes gore effects and then withdrawal montage.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Do you really think the gore effects weren't better than... Really?
No. There were... It's not... The gore effects as a whole were a little iffy, because you could definitely tell... Well, again, it's 2009, and it's a low-budget movie, so VFX technology wasn't that great to begin with during that time. But it's like you could definitely tell which effects were done practically and which effects were computer generated.
Mm-hmm. Which ones do you think we can get to it? Let me know when you think there was a computer generated effect.
I know one scene where it was where those effects were all computer generated.
I think I know the one you're talking about, but I'm interested to see if you think the same one.
I don't, because I think I'd say 99% of them were practical.
There were
all of them were.
A lot of them were definitely practical, but there were a few out there that just were not.
I'm curious.
I think I know the one you're talking about. I think I know the exact one, but we'll get to it. So
yeah, I'll let you know when we get to it.
Eventually, Alexa's clean, I guess. Congratulations. I don't know how this works.
We did it.
We did it.
And the whole crew eventually get back together, and like Serena's a little mad, but you can tell she's also like, I can't be that mad because I did just kind of fuck your best friend. Yeah. So she's like, you disappeared and shacked up with a hot blonde. You expect me not to be angry? And she's like, not that angry, actually. She's kind of like annoyed.
You would think that would have been a good time to, even though it wouldn't have been an argument to begin with, you would think Tyler would have said to her, the reason I shacked up with her was because I wanted to get her clean off of heroin, and so that way we could move forward with finding this movie.
Yeah, but I guess she already is mad about the movie, so maybe he didn't want to get into it.
Well, Serena was definitely mad about the movie. She enough to the point where she was banging Lalo instead of Tyler.
Yeah.
So the less she hears about this movie, I think the less angry she becomes.
Maybe.
I heard Lilo's dick was bigger anyway.
Shut up. So they're in the car and they're talking about horror movie cliches, and every one of the horror movie cliches they say happens in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Which is,
yeah. Cell phones. Yeah, cell phones don't work. Flashlights eventually die, and no one brings a gun.
And a redneck show up and attack them.
Yeah. Why don't we get in the running car? No, let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Did they mention rednecks attacking them?
They did. Actually, counterpoint. The flashlights all work. Someone brings a gun, but the rednecks do show up and attack them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're talking to Alexa more, and eventually they find out, like, oh, my dad's dead. The director Concannon is dead, and he's buried at the house. So they're like, oh, well, can we go look around the house? She's like, yeah, whatever. There's a basement and stuff. Yeah. And they're like, basement
what do you store in a basement? Old shit.
Film reels.
Yeah. That also, in hindsight, that probably is also another red flag. He's buried at the house.
I know, right?
That's a very poor choice of words.
Eventually they kind of like pool off and they're camping, and Alexa finds a creepy doll in the woods, and she's like, oh, it's a creepy doll I found in the woods. It's kind of creepy, and thinks she sees Babyface.
That was one of my other notes. They didn't see the camera fucking sitting there and just a dude standing there. It wasn't that far into the woods.
It was also an old camera with no other noise pollution, so they wouldn't hear the motor of the camera.
Also, with their film crew stuff, the whore girlfriend that was cheating, that was holding the boom mic. Yeah, the boom mic wasn't plugged into anything. It was literally just a mic on the end of a pole with nothing coming out the other side attached to anything.
I picked the wrong.
Oh, that's even funnier.
God damn it.
That's even funnier. I didn't notice that.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. So Alexa thinks she sees Babyface, but then Tyler shows up and Babyface is not there. Nothing more eventful happens. But they go the next day into a small town near the farmhouse, and they start interviewing local townsfolk, and they're like, I heard that director used real blood he got from the slaughterhouse for that movie. And they're a bit odd. The one old lady's like, oh, well, you know, this guy, what's his name? Like, Manny? Manny, you saw...
I honestly don't remember.
You saw the movie, and he was like, I saw the movie at the drive-in, and he kind of starts talking about everything else but the movie, and there's like a comedic scene where they're like, you gotta talk about the movie, and he was like, it was real fucked up, and he found out apparently the drive-in was shut down because somebody was murdered after the showing.
That scene also,
dun, dun.
He was interviewing him, and then he yells, cut! And then the guy starts talking about it. Rule number 1 of interviewing, fucker, you let the cameras roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know what people are going to say.
Sorry. My filmmaking side was really annoyed with this movie.
It's okay, bud.
But here's the sad part. They were actually making a movie, so you would think they would get those details correct,
right?
Even if it is like a lot of even if it is just run and gun, like set up a camera real quick and just be like, all right, talk to us for 5 minutes.
I know, but the guy was like, oh yeah, somebody died after the showing of the movie. The plot thickens.
Yeah. Oh, before we continue, Corey, I'm going off of your thing about like the boom mic not being plugged into it. Fucking Lalo has the more heavy duty camera, and that motherfucker sets it down lens first on his leg after Tyler yells cut.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's
so mad I picked this movie. Made me think about the concept.
Us too.
Pussies. So I also wrote, this is kind of dumb, in the transition there was a weird baby face mask, a jump scare.
Yes, there was.
I don't know the point of that.
Speaking of jump scares, there weren't that many in this movie.
It wasn't that kind of horror movie.
And the ones they had weren't scary. It was just stupid.
They didn't score them. It was just literally like, something swings in front of the camera and there was no like done.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't that kind of movie in the same way that you don't really see many jump scares in like Halloween.
No. Well, more in Halloween than this movie.
Well, yeah, but it's a slasher. I can show you a million slashers without jump scares. It's not the point of a slasher.
I like a slasher.
Except for this one. So, they're in the car. Oh, I'm sorry, Andres.
No, I was saying, please continue.
Oh, so in their car and they're talking about the movie and like the production. They're like, oh, we use this guy Babyface from up in the hills, and Lalo's like, oh, he's a little R-slur, and Alexa was like, we don't use that word. We say slow.
Yeah.
In another moment that was the other moment I was kind of surprised about. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
The progressive for a 2009 blood and boobs movie.
Yeah. Oddly progressive for 2009 culture in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was like, damn, between this and the we love each other, bro.
Yeah.
You find out Lalo packed a gun and flares. And Lalo and Serena are talking after they park, and then Alexa's talking to Tyler, and he was like, or Alexa's talking to Serena when they're walking and explaining how great of a guy Tyler is. She's like, you're really lucky to have someone so nice and caring.
And she goes, she's like, you know what? Yeah, I am.
I know. And she's like, I'm the luckiest person in the world.
I wanted to punch her right in the fucking nose.
Which one?
Both. Put them to the streets.
Damn. Well, so as they're walking through the woods, they find what they think is a rib cage with a hook in it, and Tyler's like, this is where the rib cage scene happened, and you see cuts to a scene of
no, even stupider than that. It's the tree scene.
Oh, the tree scene. Yeah, I would have called it like the hook scene maybe, but he calls it the tree scene, and he cuts to a part of like the trailer where a woman is like hooked up in a tree, and like Babyface cuts a rope and like rips her in half, and blood spills out. Was this where you thought the CGI was?
I was about to make a note of this, or make a note of that. If it was, I'm pretty sure that was CGI, thinking back on it, but that was the best CGI effect in the movie.
I don't think it was. I don't think any of it was.
It was practical.
Yeah, Andres,
that was practical?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interested to see what you thought was CGI, because I don't think any of it
It's coming up.
It might have had some CGI effects in there to really to enhance it.
But the blood that fell out of her was...
But the actual ripping was practical.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't have an issue with that effect.
Yeah,
but
I did write the tree scene was epic.
Okay.
Yeah, the kills this movie are great. That's what I'm saying. This movie, I'm not showing you this movie because of the deep plot.
The tree scene was the only good kill.
So Alexa starts telling him more about the lore of Babyface, and it turns out he's just a dude with like a mutilated face because he thought it wasn't perfect enough for his dad, like his baby doll. So he like cut his face up and put a baby doll mask over his face.
Yeah,
he sewed it on.
He sewed it on, and then he like apparently cured people like jerky.
Like jerking him off.
Bacon. They said bacon.
Yeah, I was gonna say not like jerking him off, Corey.
Oh, sorry.
So close.
I do want to talk to you. What about this movie made you horny? That you didn't want to put jerking off in there?
Everything. What do you mean?
We'll talk later. Mm-hmm. So there's kind of like a romantic scene with Alexa and Tyler where he's like, "Oh, I'm obsessed with this movie because of XYZ. And she was like, why don't you be interviewed by the camera for a bit? Because you're special, too. And it was pretty cringy. Corey?
Yeah. No, that was.
If I was ever filming someone and they touch my camera like that, I would stab him in the neck. Was that you?
That wasn't what it was, but yes, that is true.
That's part. No, that's part of it. That would definitely be part of it.
They panned over to Lilo and Alyssa.
Stitch.
Serena?
Nope. Who was the girlfriend?
Alexa.
Serena.
No, Serena. Alexa's Kincanion's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
They pan over to Serena and Lilo sleeping together.
Cuddling.
Outside of the fucking tent.
Yes! I had that same issue. I had the same issue.
And they're laying on the ground outside
they're
of the
literally
motherfucking tent.
Yeah, they're sleeping outside of the fucking tent.
Corey, how else would you allude to Tyler that something's going on if he can't look over and see lasagna trying to cuddle with?
Okay, but that's
Christian, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
That's the continuity of it all. It's like that's the problem. It's like, okay, you want to show them, so either you leave the tent open or you just have them sleep under a tarp.
I know. I didn't think about that.
Like that's my issue. It's like you really put up two tents, and yet you're gonna have the two people in the group who are fooling around, literally just cuddling asleep outside of the goddamn tent, even though there are two tents right behind them.
So,
like, who didn't think that one through?
And then Tyler goes, "Yeah, I knew something was going on with them."
Well, that motherfucker can't be that stupid. He's looking for a lost movie.
Yeah, you know what? You deserve it, Tyler.
He absolutely deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. It's like you decided to not take a break from finding a lost movie and not bang your girlfriend. It's like yeah, dude. It's like you're lucky she's still fucking here carrying the fucking unplugged boom mic.
He belongs to the streets
just give her. He's like, just give her the boom, like she can do something, act like she's involved. It's the same concept of giving your like little brother an unplugged controller and like you can play too.
Oh, my brother Zach used to do that to me.
Everyone had that happen to them.
Yeah.
So they're all out there, and the rednecks show back up, including that Sonny, who they said saw the movie, and they're like, "We're gonna make us an home film with our pretty little friend here," implying that they're gonna do very, very bad sexual things to her.
Yeah.
But Babyface shows up and is the hero.
Yeah. That was also another thing that I couldn't suspend disbelief for. It's like you want to make money doing porn, but you can't find anyone consensual or to do it consensually.
Well, they do kind of explain what happens and why they did randomly show up.
Well, true, yeah, but still, that was kind of one of those things for me where it was just like, really, that's the point, that's what you could come up with.
I think it's just more relying on like the horror trope of the creepy rednecks in the woods.
I guess so. But it was like, but that plot line or like that plot subline was just was oddly not creepy.
Yeah. So
or not as creepy as it could be.
So the rednecks show up and they're gonna do dirty things, but then Babyface shows up and saves the day. One of the rednecks shoots Babyface like near point blank with a shotgun and doesn't even phase him. Babyface doesn't flinch, and he just murks everybody. And I made another note again. Gore was kind of solid.
These were the effects that I thought were shitty CGI.
What part?
Just like the blood spewing out of the rednecks after they got like the axe or the pickaxe sunk into them.
No, that was all practical.
That was practical?
Yeah, because it was just
so.
That was practical?
The two things I'm thinking of was the one guy spit blood out of his mouth, which is easy enough to do. The other guy got his throat slit, which wasn't super good actually, and the only other brutal effect was that guy got his wrist broken. But like
didn't somebody get an axe to the head or something?
A pickaxe to the back, but you didn't see it hit. You just saw him fall over with the pickaxe in his back.
Okay, but still, it's like that was the scene where I was watching and I saw the blood spew and I'm just like these effects are really shitty.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think that was all practical.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, but okay.
Maybe not the best practical effect. I didn't think they were the best of the movie.
Yeah, at least from where I was sitting, those were like the worst effects of the movie.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I wrote in my notes. Babyface takes bullets like a champ.
He does take bullets like a champ.
Yeah, he did.
I would say creepy killer.
Yeah. All right, continue.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I still wouldn't want to encounter him in the woods.
No, but eventually Babyface goes to Alexa, and she's like, "You're dead. You can't be." And you're like, "Oh man, what's going on?" And then she sings "Hush Little Baby" to him, and he kind of calms down. And
yeah, doesn't he shake the rattles around his neck or something?
Yeah. And I also made a note. This was the first infomercial I've seen in years when I was watching this movie. Tubi showed me a commercial for Flex Wide, which is Flex Seal's extra wide duct tape that they sell.
Oh, how about that?
You can make a whole boat out of it, they said.
You could have made it. They said you could make a whole boat out of the other stuff.
I know.
You could just do it more efficiently since it's extra wide.
I guess.
My back is seizing up. We gotta keep moving.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so Serena and
stretch.
Nah, I need
you want to take a second and stretch?
No, I just want to finish this.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Serena and Lollapalooza are running through the woods together, and
yes.
Is it? I read who finds it, but finds the shotgun shells that the rednecks used and was like,
Lalo. He picked up the shotgun.
Yeah, and he's like, these are blanks. So
yeah,
like, that's suspicious.
Yeah.
Tyler is trying to find Alexa, who also ran off and finds the farm from the movie.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the other things that kind of that really pissed me off was Tyler going into the house.
I mean, I don't know what are you gonna do though.
Well, but still, it's like there's a killer on the loose, and you find a strange house, and you're seriously gonna go into that house dual wielding a fucking camcorder and a flashlight,
especially the house from the movie too.
That too.
So
what the fuck?
Serena and Lickitung are found, and an alright jump scare. I was like, okay, they tried it, and
yeah,
Babyface just fucking shoots Lakita.
That for me was the funniest part of the movie.
It was
for me.
So funny. He just caps him.
Lollapalooza just fucking lights up a flare, and there's Babyface, and he's scared of fire. So then he just lights up the other one, and he's fucking doing his fucking color guard routine, just like back. And fucking Babyface just pulls out the fucking gun and just shoots him.
It was great. I loved it. And
that was so good.
Lina Klugel drops like a sack of potatoes. So Tyler is in the Babyface farmhouse, and someone else is in there too. Dun dun. And he finds a whole bunch of film reel, and he's like, wait a minute. And then he finds Alexa tied to the bed, and Alexa's like, oh my god, help me. And he like lets her out of the bed, and she's like, I know why he's didn't finish the film. And Tyler's like, yeah, because he's still shooting it.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of learn the overarching plot is like the movie's still being shot.
Yeah.
And Serena shows up too at the farmhouse, and she's like, it got Lammy. And they pull a interesting Texas Chainsaw Massacre call back as Babyface just barrels out of the wall of the house to everybody on the porch.
Yeah. And you kind of skipped over one part that I thought was probably one of the smartest moves I've ever seen a killer make in a horror movie.
Oh,
so so after Lollapalooza gets shot, so Serena is evading from Babyface, and Babyface takes Lollapalooza's phone and calls Serena in order to find her.
That was good. I forgot about that.
That was one of the most intelligent moments I've ever seen in any like campy horror movie.
How did Babyface know what her name was though?
Well, you'll
good
find
plot,
out.
Excellent plot hole. Very excellent plot hole, but still, the fact that he was smart enough to do that in general was still a great move on his part.
We'll get
for my
into
money.
it. I think I know how he knew her name.
Oh wait, they were filming everybody the whole time.
Yeah.
That makes more. There it is. Plot hole explained. We figured it out.
Yeah. Well, next thing, it turns out, so Babyface attacks Alexa, and then Alexa's like, go get him, dog or boy or something.
Oh my god, dude, you're killing this. All she says is fetch.
Oh, yeah. Fetch. I'm sorry.
And then I was like, oh my god, the stripper was in on it. Never saw that fucking coming.
Yeah. So that's why he knew the name, because Alexa was probably feeding him information.
Probably. Also, this was probably the only part of the plot that I was actually kind of okay with.
Yeah. Again, fine twist.
Yeah. Well. Again, I don't watch a lot of horror movies, so I didn't see it coming. But again, given every other plot point that was going on, and where I thought it was just like, what the fuck is going on? This is like terrible writing, because I have a lot of experience in that. But Alexa being in on it was probably the best plot point of the movie for my money.
It explains a lot, and a little more is going to explain. I do also like how they keep kind of playing Babyface up as like he's like mentally stunted, but there's weird things like the phone call and the gun where you're like, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah, there's more on that later.
Oh yes. So Serena's running from Babyface, and he finds his like curing room and jumps into a blood barrel to hide from Babyface, which is insane because when she gets out, the dedication from this actress, she opens her eyes and her eyes have blood in them.
Yeah,
like the whites of her eyes are red. I'm like, that is insane.
She freaking went all out. She popped out of that freaking thing and just immediately opened her eyes. It's that's
I didn't like that. That was
character or actor aspect of that. That is dedication.
That is because
like you really did not want to get caught
because you know that probably hurt.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like that thick fake blood, so that was like in your eyes.
Yeah, that stuff didn't come out very easily.
And then she strips off her clothes, and instead of getting clothes from the pile of clothes in the corner to put on,
about to say. She
wait,
takes
what?
The dead fucking body,
rotting corpse hanging up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She wipes her face with the pile of clothes on the ground, and then goes, "I need another shirt,and then she takes the one off the rotting fucking corpse.
Okay.
Bitch,
okay. I was about to say, it's like, where are you guys getting mad at? And then I didn't make that connection initially.
Yeah, I was like, why would you?
But it's like, that's
when we're saying a rotting corpse, like this has been like mummified almost. Like that, those clothes are foul.
Yeah, I mean the pile of laundry that's in there is probably not that better smelling, but still, at least it wasn't touching a body that was curing like bacon.
So this is where you kind of turn out in like weird little flashback things that Alexa's been planning this whole along, and like the person who was watching on the camera during the lap dance was like Alexa, and she paid the rednecks to attack them, which is why they just kind of showed up randomly. Yeah. It was like, we're gonna make a porno. Like they didn't know what the deal was. And Tyler finally meets Kincannon, who, surprise, is not dead.
Yeah.
And he's in this room, and there's just like stacks of film reel. Like he's been filming for a minute, and it turns out that Kincannon replaced the original Babyface in the movie because he's like, you just weren't good enough at your job as an actor, and just kills the original Babyface on camera. And that's when he was like, oh, okay, maybe I can just start killing people for this movie.
Yeah. That was kind of the point of that scene where like that was where Kincannon realized that that in order to make the movie feel real, the violence had to be real. Is that?
Yeah.
I'm seriously asking that question. That was the whole point of that.
Exactly the plot of the movie. Yeah. He's like he wants real, so he's like, I'm gonna just kill people.
Okay.
It turns out Babyface is Alexa's kid, and
not only Alexa's kid,
Kincannon's kid also.
Yeah, and that
Alexa was 12.
And that's where this movie really made me like almost vomit, because it's like you're telling me that a father raped his 12-year-old daughter, and that's what's the product of this whole act.
Yes. Yeah. I also hated the fact that Alexa started giving the bad guy monologue, and it was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because like that was badly placed, because that was I don't know if it was badly acted or badly written.
Wait.
Just
I think are you talking about when she's like yelling at her dad?
Yeah.
No. When she was explaining to Tyler.
I think you jumped ahead a bit.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, we technically both did, but you might be farther along than I am.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Alexa explains it like the end.
Oh, well, still.
Yeah.
My point stands.
We can
we'll get there. We'll get there. Continue, Christian.
So the friend is in some weird Lammy is in some weird like saw contraption where she like pulls it tight on his ribs to make his like skin pop out, so she should like torture him. And Alexa's like ha ha ha. And then Serena's also there, and she's like, fuck you. And then Alexa's like, no, that's his job. And like Babyface takes Serena. I hate sexual assault in movies. It's so
and then Babyface looks at Serena Williams and sorry, go ahead.
Wait, no, were you gonna say what he does when he's in the room?
When he looks at
okay, let's get to that, because I will say this point in the movie is one part where I was genuinely like chilled a little bit, because I'm like, that's fucked. So I don't know if he actually does rape her or not. I think he might have like got stopped at the last second, but
I think he got stopped at the last second in that case.
So Serena's taken in the room with Babyface. He ties her down, and she starts singing "Hush, Little Baby," and like Babyface stops, like gets in her face and is like singing along too, and then she forgets the rest of the song because no one knows the fucking whole song.
Yeah.
And she's like all upset. She's like, I don't remember the words. And Babyface says in a normal voice, again, like sometimes played like he's like mentally stunted. The dude knows what's going on. Chills when I saw it. I was like, the only part in the movie where I was like, this is creepy is you can keep singing if it makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey, was that what you were talking about?
It was in like a normal fucking voice. I was like, "Hi, I'm Carl."
Yeah, he's just some dude. But yeah, I was like, oh, I'm like, that is, ugh, I didn't like that.
Probably the best line of the whole movie.
I don't disagree. I think that moment right there, that whole scene was terrifying.
Yeah,
especially compared to the rest of the movie.
Yeah, backing up a bit to when Kincannon tells Tyler that he raped his 12-year-old daughter. The one line that freaking made me gag was when Kincannon looked at Tyler and said, "Oh, calm down, like you never thought you wanted a taste."
Oh yeah, about
something
Alexa,
like that. That was like, oh god.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Oh, that was gross.
Kincannon comes back and interrupts Babyface, and he gets mad at Alexa because Alexa started like killing the friend, and he's like, "This is shit. This is just torture porn with the ball gags. There's no emotion," and they have like a weird like horror movie argument about like modern and older slashers.
Yeah,
and eventually the dad just like, meh, let's show you emotion. It just pops Alexa, another just a random murder with a gun.
Yeah, but here's also where continuity kind of takes a turn for the weird. It was the same gun that Lalo brought.
Yeah, Babyface had it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because that's the gun he uses to shoot Lalo.
Yeah. But it's like but it's still, it was kind of weird that it's like, wait, how the fuck did you get that?
I would assume Babyface just gave it to him, but who knows?
I would assume, but it was like it was just one of those things where it's like, even if you just don't subtly see it happen, it was kind of like, for me, it's like, how the fuck did you get the gun?
So you also find out that Babyface, the actual person, did in fact tear his face apart when he heard that's what he needed to do for the movie, and like Kincannon was like, I didn't even ask him to do it. He just is that committed to the role, and fixed his mask on with barbed wire. They use barbed wire this whole movie to tie people up and stuff. It's a very upsetting prospect.
They do. Yeah, that stuff. Ugh.
And Babyface takes off his mask, and he's upset about his dead mom. The Babyface face makeup was also pretty solid.
That was pretty solid.
That was pretty good. Messed up, and he's like upset, and Kincannon's like, what does he say? He's like, we're still filming a movie and stuff.
So yeah, it was something that you shouldn't say in that moment.
And
if there was anything to not say in something
I know, basically
like that.
You little bitch. We still got a movie fill in. Babyface puts his mask back on and wraps it with barbed wire, and then attacks. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was like,
it wasn't cool. He wraps it tight. He really pulls it tight. And attacks Kincannon, and he's about to stab Kincannon, and Tyler's like filming him. He's like, do it, finish the movie, and he stabs Kincannon. And I don't know why Tyler thought Babyface was just going to be like, cool, we're all good now.
Yeah.
Because he then goes and attacks Tyler. He's about to start killing Tyler. And you think this is it, but bang, Serena escaped and shoots Babyface, so we get our third surprise gunshot.
Didn't see that coming. Her wish.
No, I thought she stabbed him.
No,
I don't think she shot him.
Oh no, she stabs him. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, she stabs Babyface.
Yeah.
And then stabs him in the chest with a spear or something.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they're saved. And then out of nowhere, Alexa whacks Serena. So that's also like the third surprise kill in 5 minutes. I did make a note. This is kind of getting ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I thought that after Alexa popped back up, it was kind of like, what? It's like, how was she? It's like, honestly, I was kind of pissed off that Lalo was still alive.
He was getting really murked up there.
Yeah, because they really didn't, unless I just wasn't paying that close attention, they really didn't make that angle look like he got shot in the shoulder.
No. Oh yeah, originally, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's like I thought it was like, I thought we were talking like above the heart center mass.
Yeah, I was gonna say we actually never did that. Lalo lived through the shot. He got shot in the shoulder, and that's why he was being tortured. Babyface was not a good shot. And so Tyler's tied up in a barbed wire chair, and this is where Alexa gives her like villain monologue.
Ugh, I hated that so much.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything memorable. Do you remember anything from it?
No, of course not. It was stupid.
Yeah, it was.
It was about like film vision and stuff.
Yeah, and basically it was like the fucking horror movie version of her, like, oh, it was my dream to like finish this film and blah 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 blah, and it's like, Tyler, you're the first one to see it. We're so happy that you were obsessed with the movie, kind of thing. And it's just like, what? Yeah,
and she shows him the movie, and
I forgot. It opened up with the whole thing where it was like, where she said what just happened was like the biggest cliche, where it's like you get hit where it's like there's like something swings toward the camera, the character gets knocked out, and then they come, and then when it fades back in, there's a time difference and blah blah blah, and it's like, what? It's like, this is that's breaking the fifth wall a little bit, because you're making fun of a move that just happened in the movie
about the movie.
Yeah, and it's like, what? And then you can't just break the fifth wall and then go back into your own thing, because it's like, now it's like, not that I took you seriously before, but I'm definitely not taking you seriously now.
And so Alexa's like, hey, we can finally show you the hills run red, and you just see like the montage of all the kills that Kincannon did, and then eventually gets to like them and their journey, and like Tyler, I guess, just starts to lose his mind after seeing all of his friends and everybody get murdered on screen because of his hubris.
Yeah, because he goes from like screaming to like trying to escape, and then just starts laughing.
I hated that.
Corey gets to laughing. In his defense, I feel like it's a pretty heavy moment.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
Wait,
like, I wasn't sold on it.
Did Serena die?
We'll get to that. That was a post-credit scene. Because
There was a post-credit scene?
Whoa, I didn't know it was a post-credit scene. I remember seeing Babyface just like carrying her away, and that was...
Oh, okay. So here's... So this is actually kind of interesting, because it goes from... do you mind if I take over on this, Christian?
Yeah.
Not to step on your toes.
Credit rolls. Yeah. Tyler's like insane.
Tyler's laughing maniacally. Credits roll. So I skip ahead just to be sure, because I didn't want to miss anything. So I skipped ahead, and I saw that there was a post-credit scene, so I backed it up, and basically it fades in. Serena is freaking on her back, and all you see is her upper torso and her like wrist chained, and Alexa comes in, and she's checking on her, almost like she's a caregiver, and she's like, no, you need to save your strength, blah 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 blah. And then, long story short, they pan down Serena's body, and she's pregnant.
I thought that was gonna be what it was.
Yeah, and Alexa just lays on her pregnant stomach, starts singing the lullaby, and then Serena just starts screaming maniacally.
Oh, so Alexa never died.
Alexa did not die.
What happened to Babyface?
Don't they show him walking away with Serena like at the end of the movie? I feel like I have a memory of like...
I feel like I remember that too.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember, but that would make sense, because Babyface would have had to survive, because how else would have Serena got impregnated?
I was thinking Lakalamala.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That...
That's The Hills Run Red.
Yeah.
Awful movie. Do not watch.
Watch it on Tubi. It's free.
No. I guess I found the limits of what I want to see in a movie. Like I guess I can handle the gore to an extent, but once anything of any plot point of non-consensual sex pops up, that's when I'm just like, nope, we're done.
I don't disagree. I'm also not a fan of that. I kind of forgot that was a plot point.
Yeah, it's like
if it makes you feel better, I have our next movie, and
Greasy Strangler.
It's not the Greasy Strangler. As far as I know, there is no rape in it.
Okay, cool.
And like, I'm really thinking hard, and that's not the plot of the movie.
What is it?
Nothing like that. The next movie, the last one we're going to watch for spooky season, which is coming out the day before Halloween.
Sweet.
Is called Laid to Rest, also on Tubi.
All right, cool.
Is it fucking stupid too?
No, actually, I think it's better than Hills Run Red.
How do I put this lightly? There's going to be some form of stupidity in every horror movie.
That's not incorrect. To an
Is
extent.
it really scary?
No, it's not really. It's another indie slasher.
All right.
I'm trying to think. Actually, this had like Laid to Rest had like people I recognized in the cast. Oh yeah, Laid to Rest has Leanna Headey in it.
Whoa, I don't know who that is.
Cersei Lannister.
Oh, Lena?
Oh, Lena, yeah.
Who is that?
And she was Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones. And Sean Whalen, who has been in things before I've seen, and Brian Austin Green, who looks like the one dude from American Horror Story. He's also been like everything.
Bobby Sue Luther.
Well,
he's in Beverly Hills 90210. That's where I recognize him from.
That was Hills Run Red.
Oh, wait, he's in Sabrina.
That was Hills Run Red.
Thanks for listening to our synopsis and our feedback.
Yes.
Yeah. Wouldn't recommend it.
No.
If you like horror movies, Colleen, you might like it.
You won't, Colleen. Colleen, don't do it.
No.
Well, I feel like now she's going to do it.
Colleen, don't.
Yeah, we highly recommend Colleen or anyone. We highly recommend you don't solely for the whole solely for the rape aspect of it all. It's like I know
that part doesn't bother me. But if
that part bothers all of me.
If you do watch it, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Give us your
I don't think it was nearly as bad as what they said. It was like an hour and 12 minutes of pretty gory slasher.
It was garbage. It was a garbage movie.
Yeah, credits and all. It was an hour 20, but yeah, from pretty much right from the get-go, I couldn't just let it go that I was watching a movie. It's like it was forget the scary aspect of it all. It was just ridiculous from top to bottom.
Agreed. Terrible. Boys, my back teeth are floating. Okay. We gotta get a move on here. Okay. Let's close this thing out.
Please. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to our Podgasp return. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you go watch Hills Run Red. Also,
tune in next week for season 5, episode 2, and the answer to last week's listener submitted question of the week.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Everyone wants to be saved for that. Stuff's down below in the description. Corey's gonna pee his pants. Andres, do you want to just get us out of here?
Yeah. Corey, you want me to do it or can I do it?
No, it's my thing. I do it.
Oh my God. Tell me what I want to hear.
Thank you. Roll the spooky outro.
It's spooky trivia, where the questions are scary and the hosts are undead. It's spooky trivia, teaching you about the monsters underneath your bed. You can learn some things in the dead of night, like how you can prevent a vampire bite. Hang with Corey, Andres, and Christian too, rotting away like zombies do. Turning off your light is the only criteria. Come on, it's spooky trivia. Ah!
Corey's gonna pee. Corey's gonna pee. Gonna take a spooky pee.
That movie was terrible.
Pretty much.